Good morning. It's bright and early. Okay, so I need to do something with this. This is the cilantro seeds. It looks like a little piece is coming up right there. I don't know if you can see it, but definitely need to try to get this into a bigger pot. And these were the peas, the poblano seed peas. The poblano seeds. Not peas, but poblano seeds. And they never grew, so I don't know if I planted them too deep, but I think I just need to go ahead and discard this or try another batch. My lettuce is doing okay. I moved it to this pot just to give it more of a togetherness. These leaves just really don't get much bigger for whatever reason, or are not getting much bigger. In the past, they would get to be a lot bigger and I could make a salad, so I don't know what to do there. Move the basil. My other one that I gave or cut off, I gave to a friend, and my aunt came by and she wanted some leaves, and so did a friend, so I cut them off some. And I do want to bush this up a little bit, so I think what I'm going to do is go in and find my 3 nodules, cut, and then make another 2 starters and then put them down in here. This rosemary is still doing great, keeping its color, but it's not growing any bigger, so I don't know what to do with that. I went ahead and put this creeping Jenny in here by itself, and I have some ideas of how I'm going to start styling the ornamental plants. This fern here is doing a lot better. I just need to take the time to cut it. I think what I'm going to do is cut this one into one, this one into one, and not really sure what we're going to do with this, but I think this is just dead. It's not going to do anything. All right, let's go to the garden.
So hey guys, welcome back. In today's video, we are going to do just a small garden update. It is really hot here and the garden is not doing well.
So here are the tomatoes.
All right, so for those of you who've been following along, you know why these blueberries are like this. But for those of you who do not know, my husband put this cage around my blueberries because last year we did not get very many off because our squirrels and our chipmunks and all the other little things that are in our yard ate them off. And so I saw several other people wrap their blueberries up to protect them from the birds and everything. And I actually had a really great friend who did this, and she was able to get a lot of blueberries off of her bush. So I decided to do this as well. So I think last year, I think I said that we were maybe able to eat two or three. Actually, it was 2. I ate one and my son ate one. And so, like I said, this year we wrapped them up. Well, I did. My husband did it. I don't know why we're saying we. But my husband wrapped these up with just like some really thin netting. And then the top, of course, you saw that. And it allowed for the water to seep in and for me to water them. But when I tell you these blueberries were so good, and I still don't understand why we didn't get a bigger yield than this, because I mean, I guess maybe over the years they will do better, but this is what we got. I was able to rinse them off and eat them, but at least I got something, right?
Okay, so I'm gonna try it. They're so sweet. Those are good.
Well, I had to cut that part out because I was smacking. They were so good, and they did not make it in the house.
Okay, so I went over to Home Depot and I broke my own rule of saying that I wasn't gonna buy any perennials. I'm sorry, any annuals, but I did. I felt like I needed some color. So I got these. These were $7.95, $7.98. These are salvias. Thought those would be really pretty. And then I got these. These are actually perennials, so they'll come back. I think these are gonna be so pretty in the yard. I think it's only one, so I don't know that I can separate it. And then I got these. I just had them. I'll go ahead and do something with these off camera, and then I'll come back and let you guys see them. So these are doing pretty well. But everything is doing really well. These, I think grasshoppers or something's eating on them because they were so pretty. And now a few of them are just without petals. I don't know if it was just their time to end. Should I cut these off? Somebody comment and let me know. Or will this reproduce something? I don't know. Will they go ahead? Like, this one looks new, but this one looks very old. So comment below, will this fall off? Or should I cut this off? Or will this become this again? I don't know. I think these new buds will become the new. I don't know if I should deadhead these or not. I don't know. If you know, let me know so we can learn together. But these are doing really good. These are full sun. Now this is a perennial, so it'll come back. Not sure if it's attracting the right pollinators, but I thought it was pretty. All right, let's get these tomatoes, or otherwise I won't get any. This one is, I don't think it's gonna do much. This was the one that was given to me from my coworker, and I just don't know that it's not really doing anything. Like, here's a little flower up here, but I think this one's just, it's not gonna grow any bigger, and it's super tight, so I don't know that it's going to do very well. I need to weed in here. Oh my gosh, at the amount of weeds in this. It's a lot. And these, they're big, but they're not turning red. So I know I could take them inside and let them sit on the counter and red there, but they don't even have a little blush color to them. Like, they're just green. Green fried tomatoes are really good, but I would like for some of them to at least turn like this color on the vine before I completely take them in. You know what I mean? I don't know. Let's get these off. Remember this one? I just cut it from right here, and look at the back. This is why I have to get them off. Because if not, my friends will eat them. So I'm gonna let these I'm gonna let these finish turning red inside of the house on the kitchen counter.
So as of current, I have only been able to yield just what you see in this video. It is extremely hot. We have had 100-degree record days, and it is just killing the garden. Like, I am trying to water it day and night. It's just not raining. It is just so hot that the poor little green beans are just shriveling on the vine because they're drying up.
This is what I have so far, and I still got many to go. Here we are. Got all of these. Let me see if I can show you guys. Oh, apparently I missed some, so I gotta get those. But look, there's a lot in here just from these few plants, and they're still making. So I do want to go in between these and plant another few rows so they'll keep producing through the summer. They're doing really good. The beans, for whatever reason, they always do really well. Okay, let me get these out right here.
This is a good little harvest for today, and I was very pleased with what I was able to get out of the yard.
Little update on the strawberries. They are, let me stand up. They are taking over. Those few plants that I put in, and they're, of course, running across this bed, which is fine, but now they're trying to get outside of the bed, which is something I cannot control. So, oh wow. Oh, what is this? I gotta get something for these ants. They're making a lot of strawberries though. I need to get some hay or straw or something because they're producing I just need to keep them. I would imagine you just stick them around the leaves. I don't know, where do you put the, yeah, they're producing, see? They're producing. This one right here, we just need to break him off, okay. But look, so remember, evidently I didn't dig up all the potatoes because now I got a new sprout. Just gonna leave them. We'll see what happens. I went ahead and put the cilantro seeds that I started again after the sweet friend subscriber commented and said that I had planted the seeds too deep. So this is what I have from that little replant. So I'm gonna go ahead and stick it in here and see how they will do in repelling the insects. This bed knock on something is doing really well. I don't see a whole lot of pest or anything like that that's breeding on any of these. I do need to work on those strawberries though. Oh, let's do an okra update. So here's the okra. Okra really likes to be in full sun, and I probably should have I probably should have rethought putting that right here, because until they grow up and get in that sun, they're really not going to do very well. They really need to be in full sun. They love it. So, but they're doing well. They look like they're growing. And hopefully they'll go ahead and start producing some okra. Zucchinis are doing phenomenal. This one is the biggest. Well, between this one and this one. And these few back here, I might do away with. I hate to do that, but I still have to plant my yellow squash. And this is about the only spot I have. I want to keep these guys going upright. This one right here, you can see, let me get you close. See, it's really like, so I need to keep it where they are growing upright and not at an angle, because when they start to make the zucchini, it will fall to the side, and sometimes it touches the ground for too long and it rots. And here's some of the leaves. The pollinators will come in and pollinate and produce that fruit. This one does not have one, so that's a little concerning. But yeah, those are doing really good. The cucumbers, however, are not. I don't know why they're not doing better. I kept them in their little, I kept them in their little clusters that I planted them with. Well, that one's kind of looking pretty decent. It's getting bigger, so I'm gonna keep giving it a little time. If they start to grow eventually, we'll do a viner where they can trill, because these are trillers. The the collards surprisingly knock on something. My little hungry friends have been staying away. I did put a little 7's O. I probably need to put something again. I did sprinkle them with the little 7's dust one time to kind of help ward off those pests, and they appear to be doing well. So I just hate putting that on there, but sometimes it's just necessary in the summer. Just gonna take these little leaves off. This little guy right here, you know, it's always the smaller plants that do the best. So you would think that this one's gonna probably do the best because it's huge and it's big, and this little runt guy won't do anything. But usually I've seen, I won't say usually, sometimes I've seen that this smaller plant produces more fruit. This oregano is apparently not helping at all. Or it might be. It may be the oregano that's helping keep those little pesky guys off. So maybe I should put this closer. I don't know. Between that and the 7's dust, they're doing good. So yep, still doing good. while I'm out here, I'm going to go ahead and nip these at the top and get them started for the rooting, and then put these around so it'll be a bushier plant, because right now they're still just being kind of stingy with their growth down here. It probably won't do anymore, so clip these and start them here. So I think I'm gonna do this one or clip this one. So I got 1, 2, 3 sets of leaves. I think I'm gonna get this tip, this piece. Probably even go up one more. So I'm gonna get this one for sure. Okay, so I'm gonna do this one. Start him with some roots. Smells so good. And then let's see. So this is my other one. I think I need to let this one grow a little more. I'm afraid to cut it. Maybe it's too young. This one. Oh, definitely this one. So let's just get the top of this one right here. Cut this one. Okay, so just gotta cut that one. It's not 2. And then this one is a little confusing. I think I'm gonna leave this one alone, even though I feel like I could get this top. But I'm gonna wait a little bit. Let's go get some water. And instead of bringing them in for just a little bit like I did the last one I did, I'm just gonna leave them out here and let them stay in their normal environment. Let's see, got it in there like that. And I need to put this one in. Oh gosh, okay. So let's see if we can get some roots again this time. I'm gonna go ahead and separate this fern. I've been trying to do forever before it gets way too hot. So I think the only way possible is to possibly, I don't know. I do not know. I think if I put the shovel and cut this part out and then take it out or dump it on its side, I don't know. Here goes nothing. Let's see. The goal is to, because I went to move it and it's like, yeah, this ain't gonna move. And I hate to stop my husband from doing what he's doing to help me. So we're trying to do a lot in this short amount of time that we have with this heat. So I'm thinking to just chop down in there like that and get this little part out and then put it in this little guy. He comes to save the day. Oh gosh. What would I do without this guy? Thanks, babe. Okay. Again, no stand. It's too much work to put it up. So let's see if I can just do something like that is the goal. Stay tuned. Okay. Success. I changed my shoes because I realized I have been out here in the yard with my good shoes on like a crazy person. My glove keeps falling. Okay, so basically what I did is I took the shovel, and instead of going this way because I didn't want to disturb all of the root system, I took the shovel and put it this way. This part is super hard. I can't get through that. Well, I couldn't get through that, so I just did this, and I realized I didn't have on the right shoes. But I think what I'm gonna do is just pull these from each other. Oh gosh. And there, it's a loose. So these are rocks I had in the bottom of this one because I didn't want to use all that soil. Plus I wanted to have area where it can breathe. So this is working out just perfectly. I'm just hoping that these ferns are strong enough to be able to transition to this pot without having any shock problems. I may try to get that little piece, leave no man behind kind of deal. I don't like leaving anything behind like that. But it's probably need to do another little chop. Let me see. Oh gosh, let's see. Oh gosh. Okay. Perfect. Perfect. I don't know how long it's gonna be in this pot, because look, it's already taken up the whole pot. Oh, stay tuned. Let me think about some things. Okay, I cleaned up the root ball. And I cleaned this out. Remember all of that? I forget the name of that. But I cleaned it out. It was in here, and I feel like it just wasn't giving this pot a good service. I dumped a bunch of it over here because I'm trying to figure out where I want it to be. Wherever it needs to be, it needs to have room to just thrive. So I'm really not sure what I'm gonna do this, if I'm gonna put it back in pots, and I just don't know what I'm gonna do with that yet. But this is going to be the new home for the fern. I pray it doesn't go into shock. I saw, it's so funny because in here, wait, what is this? Oh, rock. I saw, it looks like a potato. I saw a earthworm in here. So this is some good soil right here. So hopefully it'll do well. I'm gonna plant it pretty deep so I can get a good root system. And this will be a lot easier for me to move around rather than this big one. But that fern, the fern that I had, it had grown so big it needed a good spot to be in. Oh, see, isn't it looking beautiful already? And there's a new leaf on there. So I'm gonna see how this does in this pot. And hopefully it'll do well and fill this pot back up. And I will know when it's a frost, even if it's a little bit of a think of a thought, put them in the garage. Gosh, y'all, it's so hot out here. Okay, I managed to get that other little piece. I just sat it in here because I got to give these a good water. I did kind of break that stem. No, because I'm not going to be out here long. But this was that other little piece, and it does have a good root. So I'm going to try to put this in a little container. Put this in a little container as well to grow it. This is how hot it is out here. I'm sweating. Okay, so this is this guy's new home. I hope, I'm sure this little, I don't know if I should try to tie it up or just let it be. I'm trying to keep it there. Let's see if that'll help it. Probably won't, but anyways, this is the new home for this fern. We'll see how far it gets or how big it'll grow. That other little piece I just put on the other end of this. Look at this, y'all. Hen and chick. Oh gosh, I need to take this out as well. These are more in the succulent family, but I just put it right here in this cute little mug that I don't use anymore inside, and so I just put little plants and plant starters in there, but we'll see.
Well, that's it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching and following along. And remember, if you're not living life with lawn, then you're missing out. I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.